and I'm from South Africa. Today, I just want to tell you, first of all, that I am a trusted seller. And if you wish to buy TBC from me, you are very welcome to do so. But I want to go over a blog today to show what the advantages are of becoming a trusted seller sorry, not a trusted seller, a broadcaster in TBC. So I'm going to take us over to uh, to share my screen, and we'll go through that blog. There it is now. This is about the broadcasters. Broadcasters must view the send button meetings in order to collect broadcasting cookie rewards. And there it shows YouTube. You broadcast through YouTube, and you've got to do it yourself. And you don't prepare your broadcast beforehand and broadcast it and then put it in. It must be live that you are doing it. Yeah, they are giving the broadcaster cookie rewards. Now, if you look at them at the moment, they look very much the same for the broadcaster cookie rewards and the basic cookie rewards. But what we're going to go through now is the tremendous advantages that are given for the broadcaster cookie rewards there. And let's go through this blog here. Now, this is what admin says, the bridge. Now, what is a bridge? A bridge is something that goes from one side of a road or a river or something like that and takes you over to the other side of the river. So it bridges something in between it. And the bridge is going from a basic member to a broadcasting member. And so that is going to be the difference between the basic member and the broadcaster member. Now, it requires two things in order to go over that bridge, to bridge these two things and go into the broadcaster member. And it requires two things, and in any given week. Okay, so that's two things in any given week that we must do in order to reap the benefits of becoming a broadcaster. And it says, yeah, you must, not you may or you might or do you want to, you must. In other words, it is compulsory to complete a broadcast and receive the admin's approval of it. You know, admin reads every single blog that is made, and then they either reject it or they approve of it, depending on how the blog is, the broadcast is that you are giving. They don't want you to just read it through. They want you to discuss it so that it makes sense to you and to the person reading this. And then the second thing that you must do is you must attend, and now attend or view. Now, what's the difference between attend or view? Attend means you are there, and this is to do with the weekly send button, by the way. There you are, the weekly send button. You must either attend it or view it. Now, the difference between attending it and viewing it is that if you attend it, you are present when the weekly send button is on at the meetings. If you're going to, if something happens and you perhaps can't attend it, then you may then view a rebroadcast. So view a rebroadcast for it. And that broadcast will remain up for just 24 hours, because this is not something for everybody. This is specifically only for people with a send button. And so this broadcast is weekly. The send button meeting, is weekly. So it's once a week, and it is on a Monday. Um, Randy's time is 7 a.m. in the morning. For us in South Africa, it is 4 p.m. in the afternoon, that we must set aside that time every single week to attend the send button meetings. That is very important. Now, why is it so important to attend the send button meetings? It says the vital. In other words, vital means very important, the main things, and the most up-to-date uh, information about what is going on in our TBC community can only be found. Now, that means that this is information that has not gone out to everybody yet. It is still going to go out to everybody, but it is up-to-date information, and we as send button people with send button TBCians with send button buttons have to attend the send button meeting, but it we are not allowed to give any information out before it has gone into the blog. So this is private information that is given to us, and that we cannot give out until we have to. So you can't just tell somebody, tell your friend about what is happening there if that person hasn't attended the send button meeting, and can only be found viewing a send button meeting. So in other words, you have got to view the send button meeting in order to get that information. Otherwise, you can't get it. And you can't say, oh, tell me what did they say in the send button so that I know. No, doesn't work that way. You have got to either attend it or view it within 24 hours. Admin passes on future development. Uh, Admin passes on. So in other words, admin tells us about future developments. Um, Future developments and plans. So this is where we have the advantage of knowing what's going to happen in TBC before the rest of TBC and TBCians. And these now in these meetings first, that we are the first to know about them before they will appear in the blog. And when they appear in the blog, that is when anybody who reads the blog will know about it. But admin is wise. They know that eventually we who've been reading the blog will have to pass it on to the others. Why are they giving us this information ahead of time? Which is very important. They're giving us this information ahead of time. Why are they giving it? It is because admin wants to properly prepare all of our Tibetan leaders on our progress towards our goals and objectives. So, in other words, they want to prepare us, the leaders, the broadcasters, so that we can then be ready to explain it to the rest of people who are listening, who may ask us. And that is where we can perhaps put in a question and ask for clarification at the meetings. And this is how it works. Information rolls out first in these vital meetings. That is where we get the information first, and then we can admin will pass it on to the others, which gives us time to prepare it, think about it, talk about it between the other leaders who have attended the meetings. And then from there, admin then rolls it out into the blog where the broadcasters pick it up. You see, admin is very clever because they realize that not everybody who looks at the blog, not everybody follows the blog. The average person, Tibetians, doesn't really always follow the blog. But somehow we've got to get it to them. And so the broadcasters pick it up and then roll it out to the entire TBC community. Now, this is very important because we have chat groups in TBC, and the various leaders have their chat groups. And what the leaders will do, who's the broadcasters and so on, they will pick up that blog, they will make a note of the URL of that blog, and then put it in the chat group and say, hey, guys, have a look at this. This is very important. This is the latest blog that has come out. Have a look at it. I'm afraid some people just need to be spoon-fed that way. That is how people are. But then there's another big advantage that admin has thought about as far as this blog and everything is, that it can be found in many languages. So they have partnered with Google, and there is a place where you can say, ask to have it translated. When you open the blog, you can have it translated and into any language, just about any language in the world. It is there. It's quite amazing, actually. In fact, I was looking through them the other day, and lo and behold, yeah, for South Africa, it could be translated into Afrikaans. Now, Afrikaans is one of our languages. In fact, in South Africa, we have 9 recognized languages, but English and Afrikaans are 2 languages that are often used, and the other 7 languages are used as well, but I don't think they have got round to translating it into those languages yet. Now, let's carry on. What you will notice when, sorry, let me get that. What you will notice when you get your broadcast approved by admin. Now, so admin has got a very special thing for those who are broadcasters, and what you will notice. So, in other words, you must know when you get your broadcast approved by admin. So, in other words, admin, it must be approved. So, what you do is after you've done the broadcast, you make a note of your URL in the broadcast that you'll find in the back office where it is under broadcast. And you go to a page that you'll find there, and you just add your broadcast to that, and then admin looks at it and they either approve it or they reject it, one of the two. But if you if admin approves of your blog, then you have a big advantage, because you will then receive 1 billion cookies. And of course, in this time during the special promotion, it's ×5 now during our special promotion, which is fantastic. The promotion does end the 21st of July. So get in, guys, and you will get that extra. And then, over and above that, if you complete a verification, if you complete a verified purchase right after that approval. So this is an extra that was given to us. You got to then, right after the approval, you can then make a verified purchase from a verified seller of TBC, and you will get more rewards. You will get, basic cookie rewards of 100,000 cookies, 5 times, of course, because of the special promotion. And then after you view the week's send button, so you've got to do 2 things. You get that, and then after you view the week's send button meeting and input the correct keyword, which is proof that you have attended the send button, you will notice that your purchase cookie rewards is automatically upgraded to 100 million cookies and 5 times that. So admin is really rewarding us tremendously just for doing a broadcast. And that is because the more voices that can be heard broadcasting about TBC, the better and the stronger our TBC becomes. So that $1 million cookies will replace the 100,000 cookies. Here we are, 100,000 cookies for the purchase. Now, there's a big difference between 100,000 and 100 million cookies. I can assure you that, and I'm sure you know about that. Now, why are these meetings, why is admin giving us all this and encouraging everybody to broadcast? These meetings will help our TBC community to organize and create solidarity within our TBC community. Why is that so important? That we are organized and we are all with one mind seeing what must be done in our TBC community. That is so that we can, the reason for that is that so that we can defeat the elite in any future info war that they might launch against regarding TBC. Actually, the elite are very scared of TBC at the moment because the stronger we get, the more afraid they become. And how can they act against us in order to get us to have their way and not allow us to get our way? The best way they can do is the info war by giving out wrong and false information about TBC. How often haven't you gone to somebody and said, I have a gift for you. I'd like to give you a gift. And he'll say, oh, what is that? Well, it's TBC cookies that I can give you. And it's valued at, and now it's 2,000, I think it's 2,200 euros now, a dollar, worth $2,200 at the moment. And because this person has been so inundated with all the wrong information that the elite have put out about TBC, because they're against TBC, of course, they're scared of us, it becomes a war. And this person will say, oh no, thank you. That's a scam. I'm not touching it. That's exactly what the elite want, is for that person to say that. And that is why, if we are organized and create solidarity between us, eventually the message will come through to everybody that TBC is no scam. It is very real, and this is very real money. And once we reach our ultimate goal of 1 billion members, um, that is the maximum amount. And then there will probably be a change in what TBC allows. But that's not for me to say what's going to happen then. That is for admin. So we need to form the habit. Now, what is a habit? A habit is something that you do automatically. You don't think. I had a very good example this morning myself of doing something out of habit. What happened is that in the morning, when we wake up, I get up and do the usual ablutions in my bathroom and so on. And my husband will get up and put out the cups for a cup of tea for us, for each of us, and he'll put the tea bags in and the milk in as necessary, and so on. And I had just the previous evening been reading about the advantages of turmeric. And I thought, well, a lot of these advantages that turmeric is supposed to be good for are things that I am worried with. So it'll do me no harm to drink some turmeric. But what they was recommended is that first thing in the morning you have a glass of turmeric, and they explained how it's mixed and so on, teaspoonful of turmeric and a little bit of black pepper, and then fill it up with warm water. And without thinking, I came quite ready to get my turmeric. But when I saw the my cup with the tea bag in and everything there, I, out of habit, I just went and added the sugar and added the milk and the water. And then I suddenly realized, oh my goodness me, I'm supposed to be drinking turmeric. And here I'm drinking tea. I've made the tea already. That is habit. They say, I think it takes about um, a month or something like that to get rid of a habit. And it takes about the same time to create a habit. So one's got to consciously redo and rethink and make a point of doing what we want to be, make a habit of, and then it will become a habit. And the habit is of meeting and organizing. Now, meeting and organizing. You notice we had meeting and organizing earlier when um, admin said we must attend meetings and become organized, so that we are now fully prepared for the future and the challenges to come. Because believe you me, the more the challenge, the stronger TBC becomes, the more afraid the elite are going to become of us, and they will do whatever they can to try and uh, uh, bring in this info war against us. So we must be prepared for that. And by being organized and uh, um, attending meetings and so on, and we will then be ready because we will have the knowledge to be able to counteract the um, info war that TBC will be doing. Now I'm going to stop sharing my thing so that I can see if there are any people who have. Um, there we are. Thank you. Oh, I see nobody's listened, but I'm sure my friends will listen because I haven't been broadcasting for a few days. Um, things have been happening, but I will be doing it on a regular, at least weekly basis now. Thank you very much for attending, those who will be attending and watching my broadcasts. Um, and so I will say bye now. I see my time is almost up, and I will say bye to all. Thank you. Goodbye.